Hey, everybody, and welcome in. We're the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our Dynasty League. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is my good friend, Andrew. And this week, on Wednesday, December 10th, we're going to talk about week 15 coming up, week 14 in the past. But before we do, Andrew, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Good, actually. These last couple days, week, have been pretty positive, both personally, professionally. Yeah.
Why, you won the lottery?
No. Oh, heck, man. Dude, if I won the lottery, we would actually be somewhere sunny and warm, sipping Mai Tais with a little dude recording this shit for us. Pardon my language. We wouldn't be delving into the weeds of managing this stuff. We would still be doing it. We would just be doing it from a much cooler place than my basement and your bonus room, your living room.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be giving a double dukes to all kinds of. I ain't got to put up with this no more. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, just let's see. Work has taken a very positive turn. We have a new supervisor. He's taken some good, significant action. Didn't know if it was going to be lip service. He's been around for several months now. Finally circled back to deal with some of our issues, and deal with them. He has been aggressive in making changes, positive changes, and holding people account for their actions and their attitudes. And I was like, that's wow. I'm not sure what happened, but I appreciate that you're giving it the proper attention we think it has been warranted for a long time. And then my wife got a new job, which she's very excited
Good for her.
It came with some drama to get, but she got the job. It was announced today. She met the team officially today. She starts in January, and very, very excited. It's an opportunity that she wants. And I think it's really interesting because it does mirror my current work situation. So the type of people she's going to be working with are dudes like me. And there are some individuals on her team that need to be addressed and dealt with. And I'm like, that sounds eerily familiar with the situation that I'm in, that our supervisor came in to come deal with some people who are, yeah.
Well, every organization has some, right?
We do. Yeah, nobody's perfect. You're always going to be a couple bad apples, some guys who, for one reason or another, aren't contributing in a positive manner anymore. They're more detractors than contributors. But that's not why we are here. We're here to talk about fantasy football. It's week 15. It's the start of playoffs in many leagues. It is the last week of qualifying for the playoffs in our league. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. The season is winding down to a close. It has been a journey.
It is.
To get to this point. There are no bye weeks. There are no teams that are on bye. Everybody's available if they are healthy enough to play. Let's talk.
There's new players that are healthy to play.
Well, there's old players. Old and new players.
I mean.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Browns have announced that Shedeur Sanders is the starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
He's done okay. Did they win? No, but he threw for over 300 yards, and he did okay with what he had. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think he earned it, considering he's got no competition left.
That's how he earned it.
He just sat back and just said, "You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. I'm number 5. So, coach, you got nobody else behind me to put in.
You've got no more excuses to keep me off that field." And I think it was you that said at the beginning of the season, like the kid had a chip on his shoulder. There was some drama with going on, and he's going to have to earn it. He's going to have to prove himself. And he never really got that chance until Kenny Pickett was traded. Dylan Gabriel essentially was useless. Joe Flacco was traded, right? So There's nobody left. You have no choice.
And then that other dude got hurt in front of him, and like the other rookie got hurt.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
And nobody wants Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah, exactly. That should tell you something, Deshaun Watson. the kid that they don't even want to play is getting a
it.
start over you.
Yeah, that does say everything. So congrats to
but
Shaduro hanging
yeah.
tough and finally getting his shot.
And hopefully this humbled him. And you know what? Like on paper, they don't have a crap team. So maybe next year they get 2 or 3 pieces in place that might solidify everything, and it turns the team around. Like, I mean, you look at like Washington 5 years ago were the laughing stock of the league, and now, well, this year hasn't been such a great year, but
injuries.
But last year,
yeah.
Last year they put the right pieces in place, and the team had a real turnaround. Denver 3 or 4 years ago, laughing stock. Now they're the
number one team in that division.
Nobody wants to play them in the playoffs.
No, their defense is freaking crazy.
So there's nothing stopping Cleveland from
going
down that same path, right? Like, if he is going to be their quarterback of the future, get him the pieces that'll keep him on his feet, for one. His wide receivers aren't the shittiest wide receivers in the league.
There's some talent there.
The running game isn't the worst. So shore up the defense, get 1 or 2 more good big boys on the offensive line that'll keep his ass off the ground, and go to town. Have fun. Play like you're having fun. Like, hopefully that's what he took from all of this is, hey, I came in like the guy that the Browns cut, and they couldn't even cut it in the Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
The Mr. and did nothing. Maybe he's learned from that stupidity, and maybe his dad has grounded him a bit to say, no. Prove yourself now. We went the route of hype man, and you're going to be the greatest thing in the world, and you're the next Joe Montana, Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah. And then it all came crashing down around us. So now go out and prove all of these naysayers wrong, and be the guy that we need you to be.
Okay, well, they're in a good position. It's unfortunate that it's taken this long, but they're in a situation where they can play out the rest of the season, see if Shador is going to be that guy. They've got draft capital for next year because they traded the number 2 pick. Ouch, you got an owie on your arm. They had the number 2 pick, right, which they traded out to Jacksonville and they drafted Travis Hunter. So they do have some draft capital for next year. So if they do decide that Shador Sanders is their dude, then they got him for a steal in the 3rd round or 4th round, whatever they drafted him at. And now they can go do something to support him. Good luck to them. All right. In other news, I'm going to start from the bottom here because there's the top piece of news I think is the most important, which we'll probably beat to death here. Commanders Daniel Jones is out this week.
No,
I think he came back to
Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Commander Daniel. Okay, Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels is out this week.
Yeah.
To me, he came back too early.
And you know what? They even the announcers at the beginning of the game were like, "Why are they starting this guy? This is dumb. It's too early. His elbow isn't anywhere near ready to go." And now he's out again.
Yeah, he didn't even make it the full game.
Yeah, that was just dumb for them to even start him. It was a throwaway game. They didn't need it.
No, they're not making the playoffs. It's not happening. All right. Buccaneers have activated wide receiver Mike Evans and Jaleel McMillan off of IR, which I think is kind of neat and exciting. I didn't think we'd get to see Mike Evans play again this year. That helps me out in a couple of leagues as I had him on IR. So let's see what happens. I'm not playing him this week. I don't trust him coming 1 week off. I'll wait and see.
Yeah.
T. Higgins is back in concussion protocol.
Oh, did you watch that game?
No, I heard that he got hit hard way too many times.
He cracked his head on the ground, I would say at least 4 times in that game, and every time he got up, kind of holding his head. And I'm sorry, the whole protocol about the concussion stuff, I think the league screwed up on this one, because you saw him get up and go like this and just get up and walk off or walked back to the huddle. But you could see his head getting bounced off the ground every time he got hit. And they should have just pulled him out.
That's too
After
bad.
the first one or the second one, they should have pulled him out because I think 2 or 3 of them he didn't even catch the ball because it was just as he got hit, the ball went through his hands. He lands on his back and his head just snaps back and bounces off the frozen ground.
Turf.
Because it was freezing cold there. They were in a blizzard. Like they should have the ref should have yanked him out of the game after the first or second hit.
I think it's a third party referee that monitors that and is supposed to call down and say that guy's got to come off the field. He needs to go through an inspection. So yeah, you're right.
I think no, but the refs can also do it too because you've seen it where you can see it where guys are just kind of they're getting up and they're kind of woozy and the refs just they blow the whistle, stop the clock. You're too injured. Get your coaching staff out here. You're too injured to continue because they can't take the risk of the guy going back to the huddle and like in that movie Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
When Billy Bob goes up to the line and just falls flat forward. Yeah. They can't as bad as the Buffalo Bills corner who had his episode on the field. If a guy got up and was wobbly like Billy Bob and went down the very next play and died, that would be horrendous for the NFL. Because they would have had the opportunity to pull the guy out, and we didn't. And now look what happened. So
serious.
Yeah. So I feel bad for Higgins, especially if this is going to derail the rest of his season because maybe it could have been avoided, but we'll see.
I think he's going to miss this weekend for sure. Whether it's extended, I don't know. Okay, Commanders tight end Zach Ertz tore his ACL. It's the same ACL he tore when he was a Cardinal. This is probably going to end his career. Yeah. So that's done. And thank you, Zach Ertz, for all the things you've done for us over the years. Wish you all the best. Now for the big news. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones tore his Achilles, which sucks. And I feel bad for him because I had written him off before he got this job. I thought he was done and toast. He starts to resurrect his career, and then he has this, which is an injury that's Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. They have both suffered this injury and have not fully reclaimed their glory. So I'm really, really sad to hear that this is what's happened to him. Who knows what's going to happen to his future because he was on a 1-year contract. So wish him all the best. The Colts responded with signing 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who is eager to play after coming out of retirement.
After today, they said he's probably going to be the starter.
Okay, cool. That's as an owner.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. All he's got to do is chuck 5 and 10-yard passes down the field.
Check it down.
And every single other play, hand it off to Jonathan Taylor. No, hand it off to Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, they're probably
Jonathan Taylor's probably sitting. He's probably thinking, "Great, I'm getting 40 touches next week against a crappy team."
It's not a crappy team in Seattle. It's the best defense in all of football. Fantasy.
I thought it was Arizona.
No, they're going against Seattle. It's a tough matchup.
Okay. But he's probably thinking, I'm getting 30, 40 touches, and I am going to feast.
So the Jonathan, I think you're going to be happy if you own the running back here. He's going to be great. I don't know how Phillip, even if he doesn't start this week and he starts next week, whatever happens, as the guy who owns Michael Pittman in several places, Josh Down in several places, Alec Pierce down a couple of places. I don't know what to expect. Tyler Warren, I don't know what to expect out of this. If they play the dink and dunk game, great. That means short yardage, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman is the possession guy.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like you got Jonathan Taylor, run for 3, you chuck for 5. Run for 3, chuck for 5.
Great.
You just move down the field, chew up the clock. You're going to get, 2 possessions in the first quarter, second. You'll get like 8 possessions in the game. Pardon me. And it's not like he can't. I shouldn't say because I haven't seen the guy. I'm sure he's in some sort of shape.
He's in shape. Yeah, it's not like I'm Oh man, one of the reporters asked him, "So, how much do you weigh right now?" And Philip Rivers goes, "Well, I actually can't tell you because I don't know. That's an honest answer. Enough? A lot? I don't know. We'll find out." And he looks comfortable.
What would be hilarious is if you see him take off and break it for a 40-yard touchdown.
Okay, he didn't run when he was like playing originally, but if
No,
he
he
does it
didn't.
now, could you imagine?
And then you'd see them walk out with the oxygen cart on
Yeah.
the field to give him oxygen. But
You
you know what? Good luck to him. Good luck to him.
You know what I wanted to have happen here? When I heard the sad news about Daniel Jones, I immediately thought, oh, Joe Flacco is going to ask for his release. Joe Flacco is going to go to the Bengals and say, you know what? Release me. You don't need me. You got Joe Burrow and you're not making the playoffs. So let me go. And then mighty Joe Young is going to go play for the Colts.
But doesn't he have to sit on waivers for a certain period of time?
He would have
before he gets released because the trade deadline's gone.
Right.
So
he would have to clear waivers, for which then the Colts could put in a claim and claim him if somebody else with higher priority.
And probably pay compensation to the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't know how that part works. But to me, Joe played for them before, did he not?
No, I think no, maybe. No.
I think he did.
No, because Philip Rivers went there.
So did Matt Ryan. Indy Colts. Let's see. Joe Flacco played for the Indianapolis Colts, and last year he played for them.
Oh, well, there you go.
He was the veteran backup and mentor to rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson, eventually starting games when Richardson was
maybe that's why they don't want him back.
Yeah, maybe. Because it's like you
broke our quarterback or the future.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Good luck to him. The only other thought and I was having this conversation with a guy at work today, and I know it couldn't happen because he's part owner of the Raiders and he's got with Fox. Brady come back and win a Super Bowl with a third team. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Because now I don't know, does Philly or does Indianapolis even make the playoffs now?
They're fighting for a playoff spot. Like
that's just it.
Yeah, so they're going to do what they can because they invested thinking they were going to be good to go, and I think they were. They had a shot at it. They had great momentum. They were
first place in the division most of the year.
Yeah, and then they lost that momentum, and now they lost their quarterback, which is absolutely a killer.
Yeah, get back to what you need to do, and that's run Jonathan Taylor 1,000 times.
I will take that as a Jonathan Taylor owner, at least in one league.
Better not be poor man.
No, it's not poor man. It's it happens to be no fun, for which I did not get a bye. I am battling Juan.
Poor baby.
Yeah,
I got kicked out of all the playoffs. So
yeah, you did. So in my 9 leagues, I made 7, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm still alive in the Chopped League too, down to the final 4.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the scariest dude, who's not me, because I'm the scariest dude in that league right now, with the highest average weekly points. The scariest dude, his team just imploded last week, and he lost by like 50 points. It is gut-wrenching. It's like I'm talking a really good lineup, and then everybody just 5 points, 5 points, 5 points, 5 points. It's like, dude, if you're not scoring 20 to 30 points a player at this stage of the game, you're in trouble. So he got eliminated. And then it was a feast this week, and I had the most money. So
there you go.
Yeah, so I'm
you just better hope his players bounce back.
I picked up a couple guys and put them on my bench essentially to block the other guys from getting them. I have a really good lineup this week. My biggest scare is my 2 quarterbacks are against really good defenses. So I have Patrick Mahomes going up against the Chargers. And
yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Hang on. And my other quarterback is Joe Burrow against Baltimore. So that's the one I actually had to swap out and get Joe Burrow. That's right. I've been riding Jacoby Brissett, who's now going against Houston, and I don't trust that's going to go well. No quarterback has posted up more than 10 points against Houston.
Yeah, Houston's got a sick
tough
defense.
Okay. Now it is time for the Sleeper Report. Sleeper Report. Sleeper Report. Okay, here's where we talk about our weekly performance in metrics that Sleeper has provided us. So best manager, this is the person who set the most optimal lineup, didn't leave points on the bench. That went to Bryce this week. He went 95%. So congratulations, Bryce. We'll give you a little bit of a clap here. The worst manager is the flip side of that, where you left all your points on your bench because you just can't pick well.
I think he's checked out.
I think he has checked out.
Because there's a couple of leagues he's in near the bottom,
mm-hmm.
and he didn't change his lineup at all in either one of the leagues.
That's concerning. Well, Cherven,
because he's usually an active participant. So.
I do recall he's busy in a lot of leagues. He's not like It's Peeps, who's in like 150 leagues, but he's in a lot. So Cherven, you went 61% this week. Narrowest victory goes to Josh and Marvin. Josh trounced Marvin by a whopping 2.48 points, which is significant because it keeps Marvin on the bubble. He's currently in a position to make the playoffs, but one more loss and one win by another gentleman, and he's out. So this is do or die this week, and we'll talk about that when we get to our matchups. Highest score of the week goes to yours truly. I'm back on top with 125, which says a lot because it wasn't a great week. We all had, if I'm at 125 and that's the highest score of the week, we all had pretty low weeks. So I give myself a little round of applause. Yay. Go me. Yeah. And a surprise entry onto this list. And first time poor man of the week goes to Juan at 77.5. And for that, you get the sploosh, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Yeah, really surprised by the turn of events for Juan this week. His team just really, really crapped out. Yeah, let's get into the matchup results. So first up was me versus Slick. It was a close matchup until late Sunday night, and then my team really separated. And by really separated, I mean by not by a lot. So I was able to pull ahead, feel a bit comfortable. He essentially needed a Monday night miracle, and it did not come to fruition. And I got that win. Thank you very much. I picked me, you picked Slick, so you missed out. Josh picked me. Congratulations. Matchup number 2, Marvin versus Josh. Everybody picked Marvin. Josh even picked Marvin, but edged him out by 2.4 points, which is now putting Marvin on that missing the playoffs threshold.
Yeah.
Matchup 3, Donnie versus Gabriel. I went Gabriel. You and Josh went Donnie. Donnie came up the winner in that one, but that was also another close matchup. There wasn't. Yeah, it was low scores this week. Matchup 4, Yoda Clown versus Cherven. Everybody picked you. You came out on top. You have now solidified that you cannot end up in last place. Only one guy can hold that title, and that's Cherven. So we'll be reaching out to Cherven about accepting his last place title.
Well, and whoever finishes
first is going to be lord over that position. Yeah. Matchup 5, Bryce versus Juan. This was extremely important for Bryce because winning puts him into a shot on the outside looking into the playoffs. So he does get that win. Josh and I picked that correct. You did not. I went 3-2 this week, advancing to 45-25. You went 2-3, going to 46-24. Josh came back with 4-1. He's now back at 46-19. So has the lead, even though he's missed a week. He's doing very well with his predictions. Now, what I want to take a quick second to talk about is I have gone to the fantasyfootballhub.com to have it play out various scenarios. And I want to say, here we are, week 15. This is the deciding match. Win or lose, for me or you, means nothing. That does not impact any outcome of any games. So that doesn't matter. Donnie versus Cherven doesn't matter. The impact of that game does not give Donnie an opportunity to advance into the playoffs. And I'll explain why. Because right now the battle is truly between Bryce, Slick, and Marvin. So if Bryce loses and Slick loses and Marvin loses, and Donnie wins, no matter what you and I do, Donnie cannot make the playoffs. He can't make the playoffs. It looks like mathematically that he can, because it doesn't show us him being like officially eliminated. But even if he wins and everybody else,
he would have to win by enough points.
Oh, significant
to supplant the guy that has more points for above him. If it ended up being a tie.
Okay, so here's the best case scenario. You and I don't matter. It doesn't matter between you and I. Donnie wins. He beats Cherven. Has to beat him by a lot.
Yes.
Marvin wins.
Or he doesn't even necessarily have to beat him by a lot. He has to score a lot. He could get 250 points.
He needs to win. Because right now he's at 7-7. He needs to go.
No, I know. No, but what I'm saying is the score could be 250 to 249. If Donnie gets that win, because he scores 100 points more than the next guy that's going to be 8-7, it might move him up. That's the only way he can get in, is by scoring a ridiculous amount of points.
Yeah, I can't manufacture a scenario where Donnie gets in. Yeah, I can't.
It has to be somewhere they would have him eliminated already.
Yeah, in this case, because it's using average points of what you're predicted to do. It's using sleepers. You're projected to earn this many points, and it's not enough to put him. So you are correct. Like, here's how it would have to go. Donnie wins. Baby sheep man. Little baby
Marvin
sheep
loses.
Marvin loses. Bryce loses. So Josh wins. And then Juan wins or Slick wins. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in this case. So in this, what he'd have to do is he'd have to score more points than either Slick or Marvin to take the last playoff spot. So you'd have to score a lot of points to close that gap. All right. So that's the scenario there. In the next scenario, clear selections. Josh is in the same boat as Donnie.
Yeah.
So for him to win, he'd have to score a ridiculous amount of points to get into it. Whereas Bryce, he just has to win. Marvin has to lose. Doesn't matter between Juan and Slick. Doesn't have to between anybody else. That's all it takes for Bryce to get in. Is he needs to win. Marvin needs to lose. And Bryce is in. If Bryce doesn't win, obviously he's out. And Marvin's scenario to maintain his spot, if Marvin wins, he's guaranteed a spot. If Slick wins, he's guaranteed a spot. So Slick is winning in, and if he doesn't win, he still has the highest probability of making the playoffs out of everybody that's remaining, and only loses his spot in the scenario where Donnie or Gabriel or Josh score so many points in their matchup that it would push him down. So Slick, out of the two guys that are fighting for that last playoff spot, has the highest chance. Marvin needs two things to be true. He has to win and Bryce has to lose.
Okay.
He win. Oh, geez, it's wild. It's
going to put this challenge out. Get off of Sleeper. We're two in the matchups blind.
Okay,
we're not looking at the teams.
Okay,
we're not looking at the teams. Mike versus Yoda Clown. Who are you predicting?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, obviously you.
You going you? Or you going me?
Yeah, I know I'll be 30-point underdog on it. So, you know what? No, screw it. I'm going for the victory of the regular season. I'm going me. Okay. So Juan versus Slick. Do you see this is a close one? This is a close one
because these two teams are essentially playoff teams with good lineups. I actually think Slick, because of how hot his team has been.
I'm going to go Juan because he needs a bounce back.
He needs a bounce back. Yeah,
he needs to get the victory and go into the playoffs on a high note.
Okay. Gabriel versus Marvin. This is dangerous. I got to go Gabriel here, and here's why. Marvin's team has been absolutely beat up on. He's got A-list talent down the roster, and they're hurt or bad quarterbacks. It's just it's rough.
I agree with you. I think Gabriel's should take this one.
Donnie versus Cherven. I'm going Donnie because Cherven's team is just imploded.
You know what? Well, yeah, because Cherven has checked out.
And if he has checked out, then he's not
No,
setting his
I'm
most
not picking
effort.
Cherven. I'm not picking
Okay.
Cherven here. If Cherven was engaged, I might, but I like he had a guy that's on IR in his lineup last week against me.
Really?
Yeah. So he had a guy right off the bat. Zero.
I gotta go and check to see what has he got going on. Okay, well, he doesn't have anybody on IR now.
No, sorry, it was on a bye. Sorry, he had a guy on a bye last week because he had a guy with 0 points. It wouldn't have given him the win.
No.
If the guy, because he was a mediocre, like he would have got like 7 or 8 more points. But
okay.
I just think I think Donnie is kind of going the wrong way a little bit.
Donnie,
but I think Donnie would win with the way it's set up right now. And then Bryce Josh.
Okay. Hang on. I'm just sending out a group chat here to say, hey, Cherven, where are you at? How are you doing? You ready to own last place?
That might drive him away even more. What if he abandons his team? Then that's bad.
That is bad. I hope it doesn't happen. But if that's the case, then it gives us an opportunity to go out and find somebody that will come in and take the team and manage it and be engaged in, right? Which is one of the things we've always talked about. It's still the challenges we had at some of the other leagues that we were in.
But you know what, though? I mean, this group of 10, it's going to be tough for somebody to walk away because this is a fun league.
We've been invested for so long, right? It'd be sad to see him go.
I would, and I'm going to put this out. Okay, so let's make our last pick. I'm going to go Josh.
You want to go Josh? Okay, then I'll go Bryce just to offset it.
This is going to be a close one too.
Josh loves to play upset, and Josh has had some high weeks this year, right? So he's
had some really high weeks.
Josh is not quitting. I know that. Josh is going to set his lineup. He's going to do his best. He's going to try and play upset. He's going to try and block Bryce from making it in. But Bryce has also had some very good weeks this year. Oh, this is going to be a good matchup. That's the one to watch.
Yeah. So I want to throw this out to
fire away.
Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Sub Vice Commissioner. And I want to put this out. Maybe we can throw this in the group chat at the end of the season. I really like the idea of that one league that you and Donnie are in, where if somebody wins 2 times in a row or 3 times in a row, the league gets blown up and you do a redraft.
Okay, that's
and a certain percent and a certain percentage of the money stays in the pot, so the pot grows and grows and grows and grows. I think that could be. I mean, I don't want to go back 3 or 3 years ago when Marvin won it 3 years in a row, but I just think like okay, if 10% of the pot stays in the league and it grows every year until somebody wins it 2 times in a row. And then everybody's team is blown up, and we do a whole brand new redraft come summer. See, I love that idea because then if somebody does win it 2 years in a row, say 5 years down the road, then the next following year it's up for grabs, and we do something different. And we do something different for the draft picks. Like maybe we just do a random. Spin the wheel.
I think how we would do it is we would take how that league finished. So whatever the draft order is for the following year, right? So let's just say I'm the champion. I'd have the last pick of that round. And whoever it was, so Cherven in this case, he'd get the first pick overall.
Because you get the jackpot. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I would take the last pick in the next iteration of our league, and that's how we would determine the next draft.
Sure.
Order. Yeah.
I like that idea that at some point in time, we blow the league up and we start from scratch. Because then some guys would be building, thinking, A, I got to block the guy that won last year, or B, I want to go on a run and try to win it for 2 years. And then if somebody does win it, boom, everything you worked on blew up and you got to start from scratch. And
I'm looking to do that in our current Empire League. There are 4 teams in that 12-team league that essentially have nobody to start on a weekly basis because they've just sold out to try and get something for the future years. And there's a couple powerhouse teams, for which I'm one of. And the guy who's one of the best teams won it last year and is in a position to win it again this year. And I'm thinking to myself,
I got to block him.
I got to block him. I got to stop him. As much as I want to blow this league up, because there's really just a handful of us that are kicking butt and taking names, I want to be the one who wins that pot. But I got to win it this year. And then I got to sell out for everything that I got for next year. But I'm going to tell you a funny story. If it doesn't go right for me this year, the guy who's going to win is Corey Bittner. Okay. Well, Corey Bittner's got a friend named a corn dog. I forget what his name is. We've had him on the show. He sold out everybody. He's got like 5 first-round picks, 5 second-round picks. He's just expecting to be the dude. If he blow the league up, all those picks, gone.
Yeah.
They're useless to him because the league blows up, everything resets.
Yep.
Right? So
that's what I'm talking about, right?
That just blows up in his face.
That's the excitement of that scenario. So do you try to position yourself as the guy that blocks or the guy that goes on the run for 2 wins in a row?
This is the weird. I'm not sure if dichotomy is the correct term here, but there's a couple of guys at the top that are fighting to either one guy's looking to win it all, blow this thing up. Other guys are trying to stop him so they can do it. There's some guys on the bottom who are just like, we're done with this league. Kill this. Somebody win and blow it up. I'm just going to give you my assets. Blow it up. We're done. And then there's that little group in the middle that are on the cusp of joining the bottom half because they're tired of just like not being able to climb in the top half and compete. Or they're on that, guys, you know what? I don't want to blow it up yet. I'm so close. I'm just like that one player away, that like one good season, and I'm in that top echelon. And then, yeah. So I think that's where it's at. And it does make for some interesting conversations.
Where it could get sticky, though, and this is where you have to have a very impartial commissioner. Some guys could turn around, hey, I'm going to give you this player for 3 months so that you can block the guy so it doesn't get blown up, or I'm going to the league, the winner that has a shot at 2 in a row. I'm going to give you a guy for 2 or 3 months so that you win it and it's all blown up.
That's collusion.
Yes.
And I don't think that's happening in that way. I do believe.
I'm sure there's leagues that are doing that.
I'm sure there are, but in this league, the one that Donnie is running, there are guys at the bottom who have essentially checked out, that are done, that want this thing to blow up, and they have sent whatever they've got. They have sent it up to us. They've planted their flag with somebody, and said, "Give me your peanuts, I will give you my players."
Yeah. The thing with that, though, is depending on what the size of the jackpot is,
several $100s now,
right? So it's now starting to get to some good coin.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're at the bottom, do you start building that maybe you can get back up to the top?
It's the goal. That's what you're striving for.
Well, pardon me. Or do you just check out and sell your team off and walk away from the possibility of that money?
Which is what several guys have done.
Yeah.
So in the 12, I would literally break it down into 3 groups of 4. You've got 4 guys at the top. So it's me and Corey. We have the buys. The next 2 teams, or the next 4 teams that are battling out this week, there's really only 2 guys that have strong enough teams that could advance to the next round to face us. And then I predict it's going to be Corey and I in the final. That's my prediction. And then the guys at the bottom, they're not playing for anything. And some of the conversations I've had with those guys is they are just done.
I mean, if you've gone through it for 3 or 4 years and you don't see a way to get to the top, I could see how they could feel that way.
Yeah, it's
like,
frustrating.
why am I putting money into it to build the pot for Corey or Mike?
Right.
I'll just stop doing that.
Which is why they were selling guys at essentially at ridiculous prices.
But again, if you could get 4 or 5 first rounders, essentially build a whole new team next year, and maybe you end up with a team for the future.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's just food for thought. I'd like to throw it out there in the league chat.
I think it's a great idea.
Like, and maybe not, because you and I are in 4 leagues together, and most of these guys are in
those leagues too.
Most of these leagues. Have 1 or 2 of the leagues convert to that, or a version of that. Doesn't necessarily have to be
that. Exactly.
It could be hey, let's do a fun 10% of the pot grows, until somebody wins it 2 times in a row. We don't have to necessarily blow up the league, but have something building to keep guys interested for future and future and future and future, right?
Yeah. I do like the idea. I do. I think that's a great conversation to have at the end of the season
because if you look at the way our league has gone, 3 years ago, the top guys were Marvin, myself, and Donnie. And you and Juan were on the bubble. I remember 2 years ago, hey, we got to collude to get Andrew out and knock him out. But now it's kind of flipped that Donnie and I are toward the bottom now, and you guys are there up at the top. So you guys have built your team back up and climbed back up. So if we had like a kind of a growing jackpot,
there could be some reward for that, right? Everyone,
yeah.
I think the way our league works is the way I ideally want to see a league function. Everybody's active, everyone is interested in their team, and everyone essentially is building for their window to be successful.
And nobody tries to rip anybody off in a trade. You're going to get the odd offer that just, what were you smoking last night?
Or guys are going to be desperate.
Yeah.
You got to sell, you got to make a move because you're going to plant your flag and you're going to try and move forward. So you're going to make a ridiculous deal.
Or if your philosophy is, yes, I've got a top 5 wide receiver, but I like the class that's coming up next year. I'll give away my top 5 to get a first rounder and gamble on that, or 2 or whatever, to try and get a new up and comer. Like, you're gambling from that perspective. I've got it guaranteed, but I'll give it up for. So, like in my case, right? Like I got Mahomes as my quarterback, starting to age out. I'll say it. He's starting to age out, but he's probably still got 3 years left. If I was to move him to pick up a draft pick, and then gamble on picking up a rookie quarterback, hoping that he's going to be the next Bo Nix.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders, man.
There you go. But. You know what I mean? Like it's that gamble that, hey, I'm at the bottom. I got to do something different. So maybe I take that chance and draw and move on from a guaranteed guy, try and get a pick and build up young again. And those guys all go off at the same time.
Which is what Donnie did. Donnie was at the top. He saw the writing on the wall. He had to get young. He had to sell. And then oddly enough, he won a championship the next year with his rookie team because everything got hot and he had the least amount of points scored for, but also played against the least amount of points against.
Yeah,
made the playoffs, won the championship, and then now he's struggling for that rebuild. Okay, well, some great conversations we can have in the offseason. And that is
time for some bets.
Where is that button? Where are you? There we go. Place your bets.
Come on. Quick.
All right, last week's bet was a fantasy pick'em. My team of Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jackson Smith, the Jigba, Trey McBride, James Cook, Denver Broncos did not win. I only scored 102. Yoda Clown picked Josh Allen with 43 points. Jonathan Taylor, Puka Nacua with 32. Brock Bowers, Devon Achane, who left the game early but still scored 17. And then the Seattle Seahawks with 20. So you got 136. Congratulations, Andrew. For that, we're going to give you a round of applause. You are now leading the series 11-3. And it's my turn to pick a bet.
So we're going into week 15. So 15, 16, 17, 18, wild card, semifinal, conference final, final. So there's 8 weeks left. So you could tie. If I win this week.
Yeah.
I know we do a bunch of extra bets at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, trying to cover up the gaps. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want 45 bets at the Super Bowl. not to get cocky and not to because you have won the last 5 years in a row.
Yeah, I've had a good run, and I have a good collection of trinkets.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're 11-3. It's not an insurmountable
No, but you have to go on an
deficit.
8-week win.
Yeah. Okay. So at this point, what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to pick something called running away with it. We're going to pick 5 running backs because my brain is dead. I have a hard time coming up with something cool and creative. So I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to pick running back. We're going to alternate back and forth. We're going to pick 10 running backs in total. Most fantasy points, poor man scoring, wins the week.
Okay, let me get.
Okay, I'll let you bring that up. So there are 16 matchups, so there will be 6 running backs that we will not choose.
We are week 15. Okay.
Are you ready?
You've got to friggin' be kidding. Oh, okay, I guess that's why. Okay. Fill your boots. Go after who are you on?
I'm going for CMC as my first selection.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Can you do me a favor?
What do you need?
Add another column to each of our teams.
Okay. Where? After the player or by the point total?
Yeah, in between the two. Because what I want to do is I want to put down what their projected starting was as well. So CMC's is projected to get 21 points, according to Poorman. So I'm interested to see if he was supposed to get 21. Does he hit it or does he surpass it? Or does he just twist his ankle and not play and get after 2 points? Who are they playing? That's a hot team. I can't shy away. I got to go Gibbs. At 19.1.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I would have picked him up as number 2, but I'll go Bijan as my number 2.
Okay.
Against Tampa Bay.
18.7.
18.7. Okay.
16.5. 16.5. I'm going to go Derrick Henry because he's going against a weaker defense.
In Cincinnati?
16.5. I know who you're taking.
Do you? I don't know who I'm taking.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the possibilities because I got to weigh quality running back versus quality defense.
Yes.
What is going to happen here? Which one of these things is going to give?
That's why I pivoted away from my true second pick. I pivoted away because it was a better defense.
I don't even know if this guy's healthy this week. Hang on. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go see, is he healthy? And questionable.
Yeah. I think I know one of two. It's one of 2 people.
Okay, I'm looking at Devon Achane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ribs left the blowout win over.
Oh, is that why? Is that what it was? Was ribs? That's why he left the game?
Yeah. They thought he had broke a rib. It doesn't say. It says running back ribs left Sunday's blowout win over the Jets with a rib injury, which may now require additional rest, according to head coach Mike McDaniel. Achane has since had an MRI. McDaniel told reporters on Monday that his starting running back made it very clear that he could have returned to the game despite obvious discomfort. On only 7 carries on Sunday, 7 carries, Achane recorded 92 rushing yards and a touchdown while bringing in his only target for 13. That is just too good. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the risk. I will go Devon Achane.
Oh, thank you very much.
What's his total, by the way?
16.5.
16.5. Okay. Who are you thinking?
Well, I will pivot back to Mr. Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
He's projected 16.8.
Okay. Now, no concern playing against Seattle, a solid defense, one of the best defenses in the league right now, and a quarterback
if they're going to score points, it's either their defense is going to be on the field the whole time.
Yeah.
Because they're giving the ball up 3 and outs. But I think he's going to touch the ball enough times. He's going to get 12, 13, 14, 15 points.
Okay.
Our next guy on the list, that defense scares me. The next two defenses scare me.
Yeah. So on my list here that I got James Cook. He gets New England. James Cook's a great runner, but New England's a good defense. Right now, he's projected. This one says an average 15.3. It's not a good matchup. They give it only 2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, and then Josh Jacobs goes up against Denver's defense.
Yeah, I don't want that
yuck.
one.
Both of them are yuck.
Yeah, he's also questionable. I'm a hard pass on that one. So that is, it's then how far down do you go to try and say maybe get a guy that can really rip one off and have like a good game. Like does okay, I know who I want to pick. I want to pick like, oh my goodness, Saquon Barkley's still here. But Saquon Barkley has not had a good year.
No, he hasn't.
He has been almost garbage.
And they're going, wow, you know what? They're going against Vegas. Ooh.
Yeah, it's it should be an easier defense. Like it's a plus matchup, but the guy just, what is the deal with Philly? They're getting wins in odd places, but here's what Saquon's done the last 4 games. 18.2 points, 5.6, 7.9, 9.5, 11.6. Those aren't Saquon Barkley numbers.
Well, the 18 is, but...
Well, the 18 is, but that's not the norm. That's one of his best games of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You know what? Sure. Saquon Barkley. What is he averaging? What is it?
Saquon, because he's down at 15, 12.6.
Oh, 12.6. That's solid. Okay. Oh man.
I'm going Javonte Williams going up against Minnesota.
Really? That doesn't scare you? Because that's a good defense.
No.
What's he projected?
15-1.
15-1. Okay. Yeah, because I do like him as a running back, but that's a good defense.
Really, Dallas isn't playing for anything anymore. So why does Dak have to show off?
No.
Why does CeeDee Lamb have to show off? Why does
they do need to show off because they're playing for their Lord.
Wow.
Jerry Jones.
But so is Javonte Williams.
Yeah, they're all playing.
So when you guys are goofing off on the outside, I'll just run the ball up the middle and go for a 40-yard touchdown.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I'm hoping this week.
Okay. All right. So here's what it's my last pick.
Yes.
Do you want to make it 6 running backs?
We can.
Because there's still more running backs here.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go one ball. All right, we're gonna do it running back 6. So that's 2 more selections because it's more of these late round guys that I'm most excited about.
Well, the guys that are left could have incredible games.
It could, yeah. This is where the wild card of this aspect is going to come into it. In how well does this individual do with the opportunities that they're given? I'm going to go Travis Etienne.
He has a good matchup.
He does. It's a crappy team.
The Jets.
The Jets.
Jesus.
Okay, what is he projected?
13-1.
13-1. Ooh. More than Saquon.
Here is my dilemma. Do I think New England has a better defense or do I think Buffalo has a better defense?
I know what side I'm on here.
And I worry that Josh Allen is a little bastard. I'm taking Travion Henderson.
Oh, that was my next pick. I thought that's a really plus matchup. What does he show?
I worry about 13-9. I worry about Cook just because the Josh Allen factor.
Yeah.
Cook is either going to have a really, really good game,
or he's going to have 200 yards and no touchdowns.
Or he's going to get 75 yards and no touchdowns because every time they get inside the 5, Allen's going to steal it.
Okay. I have 3 guys here that I like at the end of this selection process. 3 of them. One guy that's supposed to be, well, I guess in this ranking, he's number 11 on the list.
Yes. And the defense is scary. But the number 12 guy is just coming back off of injury. If he was your next one.
Oh, man, this is... Okay, so I have 3 names that I am looking at. It was so much... Yeah, by all means. Yep. No, you had 1.
I only had 1 of the 3.
I only had 1. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of Bucky Irving.
Not coming off of an injury that's been...
No.
He was gone for too long.
Yeah, and Atlanta can be hot and cold, so I don't know if I trust that scenario, right? So to me, I'm off of Bucky. You said Quinshon Judkins. Yes, Quinshon Judkins is on my list here because if the passing game starts to work with Shedeur, that's going to open up Quinshon Judkins, and I think this kid can do some good stuff this week.
The other one was Woody Marks, and I thought maybe you were looking at him because it's Arizona's defense. Arizona.
It's great, except Woody Marks is dealing with an injury, and he's been getting the work, and he's on the field a lot. If he didn't have
my next pick is
if he didn't have an injury designation, It would have been it'd be Woody Marks, but because that's questionable and it makes me nervous. So
I got 2.
yeah, you get 2 picks. Yeah, you have 2 options. So here's who I'm
I
thinking.
got 3.
Well, you should. There's lots of choices here. It's actually Chase Brown. With
Okay.
Joe Burrow back, Chase Brown has been doing really well, and he's in a decent matchup against Baltimore. Baltimore isn't super hot against the run. So like I like Chase Brown. Quinshawn Junkins. And then I'm here looking at Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty is a good running back that's finally getting the level of work that he deserves as a first-round selection. Kenny Pickett is now the starting quarterback this weekend. Geno Smith has been ruled out. Well, I think they're probably going to put a lot of effort on Ashton Genty then and Brock Bowers.
Yes.
So that might work out, but it's still Philly. Philly can be run on, but they can surprise you. So those are my nervous ones. And then there's guys like Rico Dowdle, maybe, like that could blow up and do something really good. I don't know, but
Number 18 looks pretty good too.
I don't know who your 18 is. My 18 is Ashton Genty.
Oh, my 18 is RJ Harvey.
Not against Green Bay.
I know Green Bay was so good last weekend, but
Yeah, they're good against the run. I also want to try and pick a game where the weather might also play a factor in a positive way. So if I'm going into Green Bay or into Denver when it's minus 30 out, I'm not sure they're going to run super well or pass super well. So it could I'll go Chase Brown. Chase Brown is facing Baltimore in Cincy. Yeah, I'm going to go Chase Brown. Is that who you were thinking?
See, I've got a bunch. Now that I'm looking through the list, like with Blake Corum gone, Kyron Williams is going to have to take the workload.
Why is Blake Corum gone?
He left the game.
Is he hurt?
I believe so.
No.
After a wicked game, he left the game. He went to the locker room. Him and Puka Nacua both. He was going to the locker room and Puka Nacua was being helped off the field.
Oh no. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then yeah, Kyron could be in a good situation. But it is Detroit.
Yes,
Detroit. There are no slouches against.
Yeah. Jalen Warren against Miami. No, I think I got to go Genty.
Okay. You're gonna go Ashton Genty. I think I like the selection because they're gonna be in Vegas, right?
Yeah. No.
So they're in. Oh, they're in
No,
Philly.
they're in
It's
Philly.
cold. Ooh.
Yep.
I thought. They were in Vegas.
sorry. So Chase Brown was 12.3.
Okay. 12.3. Ashton Genty is
Same thing. 12.3.
12.3. Okay. Yeah. Other guys that I am interested in. I think Rico Dowdle has a shot at doing something pretty awesome against New Orleans. Yeah. He's number 24 on this list.
Rico Suave.
Oh, no. Okay. Do you want to hear some sad Michigan news?
What's up?
So I sent you this earlier, and it's now escalated. So University of Michigan head coach Sharon Moore has been fired.
Yes.
It has been disclosed that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Additional evidence has now been revealed, and he has been arrested and is in custody. So he is in custody in the Washtenaw, Michigan County Jail on Wednesday evening, hours after Michigan fired him for cause as the program's head coach. The school announced it had parted ways with Moore after conducting an investigation that found credible evidence that he engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore, who's 39, was detained by police in Salem, Michigan around 4:10 p.m. as part of a Pittsfield Township Police Department assault investigation. This news article then says the City of Salem Police Department said that Moore was turned over to authorities for investigation into potential charges. It is still unclear what charges he could be facing. Police were called to the listed address of a female Michigan football staffer, and officers were also sent to the
I wonder if it's that player's sister. They had a year ago, they had an intern. There was a player on their team. The girl was like a statistician or something like that. They kept showing her on the sideline throughout the year.
Okay.
So I wonder if that was it.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. So as of right now, it says Biff Poggi will become the team's interim head coach. The Wolverines are scheduled to play Texas in the Citrus Bowl on December 31st. Says, at first, there was no evidence of an inappropriate relationship. However, new information emerged in the past 24 hours. I wonder if Ryan Day made some phone calls.
Or whatchamacallit there, former coach.
Jim Harbaugh?
No, former Ohio coach, kicker guy.
Oh, who cares? Oh, man, that sucks. That you can't use your position of power for those kinds of things if anything.
That's probably
wrong.
what it was.
Yeah. All right, well, let's bring it back to real football and good things that are going on. I just saw it pop up into my face, so that sucks. Guys that I'm excited for this week. I'm going to read off this list. So Jahmyr Gibbs, we picked McCaffrey, Bijan, Derrick Henry, James Cook, Devon Achane, Jonathan Taylor. Bucky Irving is ranked at 8. We didn't select him. Saquon Barkley, selected. Josh Jacobs is at 10. Nobody selected him. Then Chase Brown, Travis Etienne, Kyron. Nobody selected Kyron. Javonte, Travion, Quinshon Judkins at 16. Nobody selected. I think there's some good potential there. RJ Harvey against Green Bay was at 17. That's a big no for me. Breece Hall against Jacksonville. That's a big no.
And he's hurt. So
yeah. Woody Marks against Arizona. I would be excited for that one, but I'm not excited for the injury that Woody brings right now. Kenneth Walker against Indy. That's a no because it could go Zach Charbonnet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jalen Warren against Miami. I think that's a middle of the road pack. Omarion Hampton against Kansas City. That's a big nope. Kansas City's too good for that. Rico Dowdle. I was excited for that. Devin Neal against Carolina. That could have been something. That could be something, but he's got a questionable designation, abdomen issues. Ooh, not excited for that. And then DeAndre Swift at the bottom of the list against Cleveland in a not so good matchup. All right. Well, I'm excited. This is good. I think
it'll be close.
I think I got a good matchup. I've got CMC, Bijan, Devon Achane, Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne, and Chase Brown. You've got Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Travion Henderson, and Ashton Genty. I took a swing this year and drafted Travion Henderson in 4 places. I was upset and somewhat sad throughout most of the year until finally Ramondre Stevenson was injured, giving a shot to Travion Henderson, and he ran with it. And I'm very happy with my selections now. I think this kid's going to do some good things.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. Time will tell. We're hopeful and optimistic. As one of the other podcasts that I like to listen to, they talk about their excitement as hopium. Because you are hoping for this guy to be successful. I am high on hopium. Very creative. I like the play on words. All right. Anything else you want to add before we go, Andrew?
Nope. Good luck to everybody in their playoff weeks.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Particularly to Marvin, Slick, Juan, Donnie, and Bryce. May the best team win. And I'll see you in the playoffs. Remember, guys, from one poor man to another, if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody.